Welcome to Whispers of the Guilty, where we peel back the layers of darkness to uncover the chilling truths that lie beneath. In today's episode, we embark on a journey into the twisted psyche of one of history's most notorious killers, the enigmatic Ted Bundy. Join us as we delve into the haunting tale of a man whose charming facade masked a chilling truth, a truth that would send shockwaves through the Pacific Northwest and beyond. From his seemingly ordinary upbringing to the depths of his depravity, we will trace Bundy's footsteps as he prowled the streets of Seattle, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. Through meticulous analysis and first-hand accounts, we will unravel the mysteries that shroud Bundy's crimes, peering into the darkest recesses of his mind to understand the motivations behind his heinous acts. But beware, for the tale we are about to unravel is not for the faint of heart. Join us as we journey into the heart of darkness, where whispers of the guilty echo through the corridors of time. In the serene embrace of the Pacific Northwest's breathtaking landscapes, where colossal evergreens cast elongated shadows and the misty rain veils the scenery, a figure emerged whose name would soon echo with infamy across the nation. Theodore Robert Bundy, born on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont, ventured into the world against the backdrop of what appeared to be an ordinary suburban existence. Yet, beneath this facade of normalcy lay a labyrinth of concealed truths and deceit, concealing the profound depths of human depravity waiting to be unearthed. Raised in Tacoma, Washington, Bundy's early years unfolded under the guardianship of his grandparents, Samuel and Eleanor Bundy. Little did he know, his mother, Louise, assumed the guise of his sister, crafting an elaborate charade to shield him from the shame of illegitimacy. This revelation, when it eventually surfaced, acted as a catalyst for Bundy's profound sense of alienation and an identity crisis that fanned the flames of the darkness lurking within him. Despite the tumultuous nature of his upbringing, Bundy exhibited an early mastery of charm and intelligence, traits that would eventually morph into his most potent weapons in the pursuit of his sinister ambitions. Within the halls of Woodrow Wilson High School, his charisma endeared him to both peers and teachers alike, veiling the roiling turmoil simmering beneath his composed exterior. Upon graduating, Bundy embarked on a journey of self-discovery, initially enrolling at the University of Puget Sound before transitioning to the University of Washington to delve into the intricacies of psychology. It was during this pivotal period that the seeds of his insatiable thirst for power and control began to germinate, nurturing a burgeoning fascination with the darker recesses of human nature. Amidst the societal turbulence and seismic shifts of the 1960s, Theodore Robert Bundy maintained a facade of normalcy, masking a growing detachment and disillusionment brewing within. As he immersed himself in the realms of politics and law, Bundy's inner turmoil simmered, birthing a darkness poised to consume him whole. Within the vibrant cultural tapestry of Seattle, cracks began to appear in Bundy's veneer of normalcy, revealing glimpses of the darkness festering beneath. Amidst the bustling streets and shadow-drenched alleyways, Bundy's insatiable hunger for dominion and control found its grotesque apotheosis, altering the annals of history and leaving behind a wake of desolation. In the mid-1970s, against the backdrop of Seattle's collegiate hub, a tempest of terror swept through the Pacific Northwest like a relentless storm. The disappearance of Linda Ann Healy, a promising student at the University of Washington, heralded the onset of a reign of terror, gripping the region in its icy clutches. As days stretched into interminable weeks with Linda's whereabouts remaining shrouded in mystery, whispers of disquiet rippled through the community, obscured by a fog of uncertainty. It wasn't until the grisly tableau discovered in the Washington state mountains that the full extent of Bundy's depravity clawed its way into the light. Amidst the rugged terrain lay the discarded remains of several young women, a chilling testament to the horrors lurking beneath the surface. As investigators painstakingly assembled the fragments of evidence, a harrowing pattern emerged, a macabre mosaic pointing to a singular, sinister figure concealed in the shadows. Bundy's meticulously orchestrated assaults, brazen in their execution and brutality, reverberated through the community, instilling a palpable aura of fear and paranoia. Despite the tireless efforts of law enforcement, Bundy remained elusive, his cunning and charisma serving as formidable shields against justice's pursuit. It wasn't until an inconspicuous traffic stop in Utah that the veneer began to crack, unveiling the chilling truth buried beneath the facade. As Bundy's apprehension reverberated across the nation, the harrowing magnitude of his atrocities came to light, sending shockwaves through even the most seasoned investigators. Yet, amidst the horror and despair, a resolute determination emerged, a resolve to ensure Bundy faced justice and that the memory of his victims endured. In the aftermath of Bundy's capture, the Pacific Northwest grappled with the stark realities of evil lurking within its midst. Yet, amidst the darkness, glimmers of unity emerged as communities rallied together, seeking solace and support in the wake of unspeakable tragedy. Though Bundy's reign of terror scarred the region irreparably, it serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of innocence and the ever-looming specter of darkness lurking just beyond the horizon. As the nation recoiled in revulsion at the revelation of Ted Bundy's heinous crimes, a legion of forensic experts and psychologists embarked on a perilous odyssey into the labyrinthine depths of his fractured psyche. Through meticulous dissection of Bundy's upbringing, behaviors, and atrocities, they endeavored to untangle the enigma of a man whose very essence defied comprehension. Conceived out of wedlock and nurtured in the cradle of secrecy, Bundy's formative years were steeped in instability and deception. The revelation of his true lineage, coupled with the trauma of abandonment, acted as the crucible wherein his darkest impulses were forged, laying the groundwork for the abhorrent deeds that followed. Psychological evaluations meticulously painted the portrait of Ted Bundy as a complex and deeply disturbed individual, a man propelled not by impulsive urges, but by a meticulously calculated and methodical thirst for power and control. His unparalleled ability to charm and manipulate, coupled with his capacity for cold-blooded violence, distinguished him as a uniquely terrifying figure in the annals of criminal history. Yet amidst the abyss of darkness that engulfed Bundy's psyche, flickers of humanity occasionally pierced through, offering tantalizing glimpses into the fractured mind of a man consumed by his own inner demons. Bundy's confessions, though often intertwined with lies and half-truths, provided invaluable insights into the convoluted fantasies and compulsions that propelled his murderous spree. As forensic experts delved deeper into Bundy's crimes, discernible patterns began to crystallize, patterns that offered tantalizing clues into the motivations driving his macabre actions. From the painstaking planning of his assaults to the ritualistic nature of his violence, each detail served as a window into the labyrinthine mind of a killer, a mind as intricate and multifaceted as it was depraved. Yet, despite the exhaustive efforts of law enforcement and forensic specialists, Bundy remained an enigma, a puzzle with no readily discernible solution. His motives, veiled in impenetrable darkness, served as a sobering reminder of the depths of human depravity and the fragility of the human psyche when confronted with unfathomable horror. As the dust settled and Bundy's reign of terror drew to a close, the haunting legacy of his crimes lingered, casting a long shadow over the collective consciousness. However, amidst the enveloping darkness, valuable lessons began to emerge. Lessons concerning the perils of unchecked authority, the imperative of empathy and understanding, and the indomitable resilience of the human spirit when confronted with unrelenting malevolence. Though Bundy's name may endure in infamy, his legacy stands as a stark admonition of the capacity for darkness that resides within every human soul, a somber reminder that even amid the abyss of unspeakable horror, there exists the possibility of redemption and restoration. The spectacle of Ted Bundy's trial captivated the nation, offering a chilling glimpse into the mind of a monstrous individual. As evidence mounted and witnesses testified, the full extent of Bundy's depravity was laid bare for all to witness. Yet despite overwhelming evidence, Bundy persisted in proclaiming his innocence, engaging in a grotesque charade of deceit until the bitter end. It wasn't until the damning testimony of survivors and the revelation of incriminating evidence that Bundy's facade began to crumble. His eventual conviction and sentencing to death brought a modicum of closure to the families of his victims, yet the specter of terror he unleashed continues to haunt the collective consciousness. In the aftermath of Bundy's reign of terror, law enforcement agencies and forensic specialists labored tirelessly to comprehend the machinations of evil that propelled his atrocities. Through meticulous scrutiny of crime scenes and exhaustive psychological evaluations, they endeavored to unravel the enigma of a man whose very essence defied comprehension. Yet, amidst the encroaching shadows of despair, kernels of wisdom emerged, wisdom concerning the vulnerability of innocence, the depths of human malevolence, and the indomitable fortitude of the human spirit when confronted with incomprehensible tragedy. As communities grappled with the aftermath of Bundy's atrocities, they united in solidarity, offering mutual support and solace in the face of unfathomable grief. As the vestiges of darkness gradually recede before the dawn of justice, one immutable truth remains. The legacy of Ted Bundy serves as a solemn reminder of the darkness lurking within the human heart, poised to erupt upon an unsuspecting world. Yet, even amidst the suffocating pall of despair, there exists a glimmer of hope, for redemption, for healing, and for the eventual triumph of light over shadow. In the years since Bundy's capture and execution, his name has become synonymous with horror and malevolence, a cautionary tale of the perilous depths concealed beneath the veneer of normalcy. And though the scars left by his reign of terror may never fully heal, they stand as a poignant testament to the imperative of vigilance, empathy, and compassion in the face of unfathomable evil. Now, just because, let's break down Ted Bundy's psychological profile into key components. 1. Narcissism. Bundy exhibited a profound sense of narcissism, characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance and a constant need for admiration and validation. This narcissistic trait fueled his manipulative behavior, allowing him to charm and deceive others to fulfill his own desires. Bundy's narcissism served as both a shield and a weapon, enabling him to project an image of confidence and competence while concealing his darker impulses. 2. Psychopathy. Bundy displayed classic traits of psychopathy, including a lack of empathy, remorse, and guilt. He was able to disconnect emotionally from his victims, viewing them as objects to be manipulated and discarded at will. Bundy's ability to compartmentalize his emotions and rationalize his actions reflected a profound disregard for the well-being of others, a hallmark of psychopathic behavior. 3. Insecurity and identity issues. Bundy's troubled upbringing and fractured sense of identity left him grappling with profound feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. The revelation of his true parentage and the trauma of abandonment contributed to his sense of alienation and disconnection from the world around him. In an effort to cope with these feelings of inadequacy, Bundy retreated into a fantasy world of his own creation, where he could exert control and dominance over others. 4. Fantasy and control. Bundy's crimes were characterized by meticulous planning and execution, reflecting his need for control and superiority over his victims. He derived pleasure from the sense of power he felt when manipulating and dominating others, fulfilling his darkest fantasies at their expense. Bundy's ability to seamlessly blend into different social circles and manipulate his victims demonstrated his mastery of control and deception. 5. Manipulative charm. Bundy's outwardly charming demeanor served as a potent tool for manipulation, allowing him to gain the trust and confidence of his victims and those around him. He used his charisma and intelligence to disarm suspicion and lull his victims into a false sense of security, making them easier targets for his predation. 6. Psychological turmoil. Despite his outward facade of confidence and control, Bundy grappled with profound psychological turmoil and inner conflict. His confessions and moments of introspection revealed a tortured soul struggling to reconcile his monstrous actions with his own sense of morality and humanity. Bundy's psychological turmoil underscored the complexity of his personality and the depths of depravity that lurked within him. In essence, Ted Bundy's psychological profile is a multifaceted tapestry of narcissism, psychopathy, insecurity, and manipulation, woven together to create a chilling portrait of a serial killer. Through a deeper analytical breakdown, we gain insight into the intricate web of factors that shaped Bundy's psyche and fueled his descent into darkness. As we bring this chapter to a close, the echoes of Ted Bundy's crimes linger in the air, a haunting reminder of the depths of human depravity. But amidst the darkness, there is hope, for in confronting the darkness, we shine a light on the resilience of the human spirit. Join us next time as we continue our exploration of the enigmas